sweet potato fries. For our entries, we had the third pounder burger topped with sauteed portobello mushrooms, caramelized onions, and Munster cheese. We also had the honey mustard chicken sandwich topped with a homemade honey mustard sauce, lettuce, tomato, and onion. We also tried the classic burger, which is topped with lettuce, tomatoes, onions, mayo, and a cheese of your choice. For drinks, we sampled Bullion Heights sodas, which come in recyclable bottles.
Mikey 7th reduces their carbon footprint by using to-go boxes, containers, and utensils that are either corn or sugar-based. These break down in landfills or in the dirt in less than 150 days.
The amazing thing about Mikey 7th is that not only is their food highly nutritious, but it is also highly affordable. Each person had a salad, a side, a burger, and a drink, all for under $10.
Back in Blacksburg, we decided to interview Carmen Biker, a PhD student here at Virginia Tech, who works with the farmers market. She is going to talk about when the farmers market takes place, where it is, what they sell, and the results from a recent survey detailing student participation at the market.
That it started as a smaller farmers market with just about 5 stalls, and they were these green things, and the market began to grow really quickly. It started about 10 years ago, and it began to grow really quickly, and so they had to start putting the farmers in tents instead of underneath the structure. So as soon as that started to happen, people were thinking, well, we're going to need a new structure. There was also more consumer interest in local foods, so that kind of prompted more farmers coming to the market and being able to sell and stuff. Catherine Albright, who started the initial farmers market and is still the president of the farmers market, she is a professor here, and she started the plans for the new market structure. And so they had to raise a lot of funds, and they did it, and last weekend was the grand opening. Yeah, the market, they sell produce, which is in season, and so you won't always find, like, if you want cauliflower, it won't always be there. And they also sell meat, arranged from lamb to duck to beef to chicken to pork. There's a lot of meat vendors, and also baked goods. There are a couple of baked good vendors and craft vendors. There's less craft vendors, but there are some. So I would say that the majority is produce, and then meat, and then baked goods, and then crafts.
Is important.
Well, students and people in general, they're not two separate populations, should buy local, because you're supporting the local economy. By supporting the local economy, you're supporting local farmers, and when you provide income for farmers, you can preserve open space in your area because they can afford to keep these huge farms open. So I guess that's an extension of the benefits, but also local food is picked the day or before the day of market for local produce, and it is sold at market, so it's usually fresher. Some of it has been found to be more nutritious in studies because it is so fresh, and a lot of consumers buy it because it's higher in quality because it's so fresh, and the taste is a lot different than what you would find at the supermarket. Local meats that are grass-fed have been found to be higher in omega-3s, which is lacking in the diet, and lower in fat. Another advantage is that you're buying directly from the producer, so you get to know who exactly grew your food, and if there is any questions of food safety, you know who to ask, and you will also get to shop at with your local community for people who really support local foods, and so you get to meet a lot of the same people. As far as students go, there is a consumer base of students at the Blacksburg Farmers Market, but vendors are always asking, like, why aren't there more? Why? I mean, there's 30,000 students at Virginia Tech, and we definitely have like a base of regular shoppers, but how can we get students to come? And why aren't there more? And so, I mean, students aren't separate from the population. They should, even though they're here temporarily, they should really support where they live and support their local food system, support their local economy by shopping at the farmers market. The farmers market grant that we're applying for, they're looking at doing educational classes with RAs, because we sent out a survey, I think you saw the survey, that asked students, like, why don't they shop at the farmers market, and a lot of the freshmen responded that they don't have anywhere to cook their things, so they have a meal plan, so they don't see any worth in shopping at the market, which is understandable. It's not the most convenient thing for a freshman, but so it's one of the programs in the grant is to do like easy meals for freshmen in the dorms, which would be pretty neat.
Could you talk a little bit about some of the other stuff? I know earlier you mentioned like the Hokie passport being there and debit cards.
Oh yeah, the grant is applying for the acceptance of the Hokie passport and debit cards, because a lot of students just say they don't carry cash. People don't carry cash a lot anymore. And the acceptance of food stamps, which some students are on food stamps, and so they could use those there. It will also reach the low-income population, which doesn't really shop there traditionally. So
another thing in the survey results were sort of a lack of signage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any plans for expanding signs around campus?
Yeah, we actually would like to get together a student advisory committee for the farmers market to, tell because we want this to come from them, so tell the farmers market like what advertising efforts work best. Like, for example, a lot of people said dining table cards, so having students kind of lead the market about different ways that will really invoke students to shop there, and pass out flyers, hang them in dorms, because a lot of the people in the survey said that the reason they didn't come is because they just don't know when it is, where it is, what's sold there. So hopefully an increased presence on campus would really help that. And the grant is also wanting to have a market in front of Squires once a semester, just to have the market right there where people are eating and provide like education right there. So
that'd be great. I think they're doing that on Tuesday.
Yeah, they're doing it on Tuesday, and then the grant wants to extend it to once a semester, like in the fall at the beginning, so right when students come in, they know that it's there. And I think that it's really a good way to pull students downtown, because when I was an undergraduate here and I lived on campus, like, I never went downtown. Like, I didn't go downtown until I lived off campus. I mean, I thought that this is what Blacksburg was. So I think that the market is not only a way to support vendors, but also just to pull more students downtown. And if they're downtown, they might find restaurants that they like, and the new Market Square Park is awesome just to sit in and enjoy.
We hope that by viewing this documentary, you have become more educated about the Blacksburg Farmers Market and the benefits of local food. No matter what you decide to do, we hope that in the future you will be a more informed consumer and will voice your opinion on this matter by voting with your fork.
And you know what, Ian? In the words of a famous Muppet, it's not easy being green.
But one easy way you can be green is by using a compostable fork from Mikey 7th.